Well, that's weird. I was trying to play a prank on you guys and run the old countdown, but it didn't want to start playing for some reason. So now I think I wrecked everything for the next live stream whenever I go live. Anyway, what's going on? It is Sunday, time for our crypto mining AMA. You asked some questions and maybe we got some answers here. We'll find out. And it's been pretty crazy. So I slept in. I don't really have anything on the agenda to really go through. So we'll see what happens there. So we're kind of winging it this live stream here. Hopefully you guys have questions though, and that will buy up some time. But yeah, I slept in, I had nodes down, and it's been a pretty rough morning. Pretty crazy stuff going on out there. Anyway, let's do a quick roll call, see who we got here. My buttons are not working, so I'm going to have to manually say Fudweiser. All right, we got Sherlock's, we got Mike Balds, the Pirate. Hold on a second. Budweiser, 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 Budweiser. All right, so hopefully that did work. Fudweiser, I might do a 50K in Bitcoin miner sometime today. We'll see what happens if I remember. But yeah, just to let you know. Sadie Sometimes, what's going on? Z06, 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 you know, however we want to go about it. Zapire, Brent Burnham. What do we got? What do we got? Zach Brixon, Skirms in the house, Black Sales, Nicholas Pitts, Green Hash. What's going on, Green Hash? Grumpy Sarge Mining. That's hilarious. Grumpy Sarge Mining. Nice. Chronic Grim. Ogre MGTOW. Frank B. Zagatti. Maxim. Sling Buzz. Harold. What's going on? What do we got here? Vinny Del Greco. Red Jasper Kane. What's going on, Red Jasper Kane? CPU user. What's going on? Scrolling on. Just jumped on me. So J-Rod D, Duke Nukem, Dream Crypto Mining. Hey, that's a nice one. Dream Crypto Mining. Nice name. Yusuf Putz, Zapire. Yo, I'm putting SRB mining Zep on every computer I touch. I'm over 109. It's great working in IT. Hey, I seen you posted a comment about that not too long ago. Why are you using SRB miner over something like XMRig? I do find that SRB miner actually uses more resources than XMRig does. It kind of slows down the computer. So you're in IT and you're just like spamming it across, you know, like servers, CPUs everywhere. You like going to people's houses and hijacking their PCs. What are you doing there? Hopefully it's nothing bad. I'm just messing with you. But yeah, you know, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's fast. Power is free. Okay, well, that works. XMRig should be pretty quick, too, if you think about it. I don't know. You're just running around with the USB drive. You're just downloading everything. Not sure how you're doing all that, but, you know, continue on. I'm not really sure. I'm going to do a comparison one of these days, actually, and test SRB versus XMRig just to kind of get an idea. But, you know, I've always used XMRig. I found it also it's lighter on your PC. SRB miner almost seems like it has a higher CPU affinity or something, but it slows down my computer when I'm using it. Even when I limit threads, and XMRay, I can run all threads and still be able to do things in the background. So I do find that it's like less resourceful, or it uses less resources on XMRig. But yeah, you put it in run register key. Okay. XMRig's great for me. Yeah, I use XMRig on anything that really supports XMRig, but yeah. It sounds illegal to me. I don't know what's going on there. You can change the priority. If they reboot, it comes up. Yeah, I do that sometimes, and I used to run some rigs in Windows. Yeah, you can adjust that and set up auto startup files and everything, and you can run all your rigs on any reboot and stuff for sure. That's definitely an option. But let's see here. Yeah, so do you guys have any questions? Anything going on? What are you guys doing? What's happening? How's crypto prices today? That's one thing I didn't check out yet. So it looks like Bitcoin, it's going up a bit. Oh, it's up 42.1. Nice. A lot better than a couple days ago of 39K. You know, Ethereum, you know, who really cares? I don't know why I have BNB in here. I don't know why I have XRP in here. Oh, geez. Doge is a little bit on the red side. What's all green? Monero. Oh, speaking of Monero, I went in and I actually checked it out. I'm almost out of like 3 Monero from all that solo mining I did in the past. So, and I'm like 2.9. So I need to get a little bit more so I can get 3 Monero and see how that kind of runs leading into that bull market. Kaspa you got some green on Kaspa. I guess it's looking red in the past hour or so. CRO, we got render, helium. So it's coming up a bit. Conflux coming up. Nice. Sia coin just died. I don't know what happened there. Funny story is Sia Coin, you know, when it was going on, I was getting messages. Oh yeah, awesome. You know, Sia Coin's going up. Let's talk about it and stuff like that. And then, you know, it just died. So I didn't do anything about that. But I don't know what's going on with that operation. It was looking good for a while. Pepe, who knows? Zill. We know what's going on with Zill. POS. We got some Chia here. FPOW is red. Everything's turning red now all of a sudden. Well, that sucks. Let's just see what we got. Zeph, what's Zeph at? 13.17. So yeah, I seen that comment earlier. Someone say, someone please put the Zeph price back up. You know, this funny story. Let's just look at Zeph right now. We'll go into here. What's the current hash rate and everything looking like? So 2.28, it's up there. You know, usually it's sitting around 1.5 to 1.7 or something. But when this was only $5, you know, everyone was happy to mine it with like 1.5 to 2 gigahash online. Obviously, it shot up to $50. Now it's back down to 13, which is still over double of what it was before, and people are happy. But now it's down to $13, and everyone's sad. It's funny how this whole crypto thing works out. Everyone's used to now much higher profits in the past couple weeks, and then, you know, as soon as there's a dip here, everyone has sad faces. But, you know, we're still over double of what it was, you know, a month or two ago, and people were really excited while mining this coin. So, you know, we're still up. Things are looking good, guys. Things are looking good. Price will recover. Don't worry. We're still at the tail end of this bear market. Good things will happen in the next few months here. Also, mining Zeph uses more power. Don't forget that. Yeah, for sure. RandomX is one of the most power-hungry CPU algorithms out there for sure. So, yeah, it's you know, depending on your power price, you know, something a little less profitable might be better. And then you could either swap into Zeph or whatever, depending on your power bill. But I always use RandomX, Zeph, XMR, whatever, to actually tweak my CPUs because it's the more power demanding algorithm. And that way, if I, you know, want to move over to a Ghost Rider coin, or if I want to move over to, you know, any other CPU mineable algorithm out there for any other coin, then I don't have to worry about rigs going down. I tweak for that, and that way, you know, if you tweak for Virus Coin or, you know, Vish AI or something, you know, you can probably get a lot better numbers. But then once you move over to something like Zeph because it's starting to pump again, or anything on RandomX, then all of a sudden your rigs are going to be going down all the time, and it's going to become a headache. So that's why I tweak for Zeph, Monero, whatever, and then I can mine anything else and not have to worry about any rigs going down. And, you know, the more rigs you get, you kind of know what I'm talking about. It could become a headache to start retweaking your rigs over and over again. So just tweak for the most power demanding, highest algorithm, get it stable, and then you don't have to worry about moving your you know, your farm around to anything else. I feel that Gold Shell pumped Sia Coin to sell their miners and then rugged when they knew the miners won't sell. You know, that's definitely an ongoing speculation. I've heard that quite a few times as well. It's funny that it pumped though, like way before, you know, they even released their miners, and then it dropped like the day or two before they announced them. So they kind of bad timing there. If that was actually what's going on, I think they need a better artificial pump manager for that situation. But, you know, they should have pumped it after they released or announced their miners, not before and then sell off when they release. It made 0 sense. So yeah, not selling any. They do have a Kaspa miner coming soon. Are they going to pump Kaspa for us? That'll be good, don't you think? Is that going to be a thing? I'm curious. What do you guys think they're going to do? They're coming out with 2 miners. A high hash rate one at least 1 terahash plus, and another mini, like, you know, your mini Doge miners and, you know, your KD boxes. They're also going to have a mini version like that. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how well they actually do. I'm assuming based on every box they always release, the boxes are always around the same amount of power. So I'm guessing it's going to be in that 400 watt range on the high hash mode. If they do have power saving mode, it might be down to like 250 or something if they implement that into it. But the big number is how much hash rate will it have? Obviously, it won't really make sense. We need to know how efficient these miners are actually going to be. And then obviously, what's the price of these miners going to be as well? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the hash rate specs are when they finally release those. Which algo needs dual channel, RandomX or Ghost Rider? I can't remember anymore. It looks like Zeph shows similar hash with either 1 or 2 sticks. Random X requires the dual channel, 2 sticks of RAM. Make sure they're in the proper slots. If they're in the wrong slots, you won't notice anything, or you may possibly even lose hash rate. So make sure they are in the 2 one. It's always recommended to check your motherboard's manual. I always do that. You know, I have obviously lots of them, but each manufacturer decides to change their RAM slots up. Sometimes it's the first 2 slots, sometimes it's the last 2 slots. Most of the time, it is the second A slot and the second B slot, so slot 2 and 4, and then other times it's slot 1 and 3. So always look into it and see if they change something on that specific motherboard within the manual. But yeah, make sure you are in the proper slots for that, and that is for Random X. Now, I believe Yes Power or Yes Script or whatever the heck that algo, R16, mostly GPU RAM now. But that does require, that does like the dual channel RAM as well. And then pretty much every other algorithm out there requires, doesn't matter, just 1 stick of RAM. But again, just because it's a pain in the butt to keep tweaking, I recommend run the dual channels, get it set on Zeph, you know, Random X coins, and then don't worry about it. Leave it. If you move the Raptorium, you move the Raptorium. Sure, you're using a bit extra power or something, but you know, it's not going to break the bank on the difference of running an extra RAM stick or not. It does help on build costs if you don't want to run Random X coins, but it's always best to be ready for those coins if you want to quickly move over. Always check the manual. Yes, 100%. I bought some BTC, got 2 times KS0 Pros, got the Tandem wallet, main PC, PSU broke, CPU, GPU mining plus nodes are down, waiting for PSU. Oh no, Alvaz, why? No, that's horrible. That's horrible. Oh, what PSU is that? That sucks. Bad times. Soon you'll have a 3rd Raptorium node? Wow, that's awesome. 3 nodes, that's OG right there. That's beast mode. That's crazy. Did I miss anything? I better scroll up just to make sure. Yeah, you feel gold shell pumped that. Chlor's looking good. Yeah, Chlor's been doing some things. That's awesome. You guys may or may not be aware, Octa.Space. A lot of people are talking about Vast AI, which isn't even really crypto related, so I ignore that. But Octa.Space is crypto, as we know, and it's doing like a Vast AI thing with their nodes, where you do need a decent CPU and, you know, decent GPU and stuff, but it's doing the same thing as Vast, but it's crypto related. So, you know, if you guys are looking for something new to try, maybe check out Octa.Space. On top of that, they're also running VPNs. Octa.Space crypto version, you know, they're running a VPN. So if you are looking for a VPN, why use, you know, whatever, all those other normal VPNs you see out there all the time? We got our own crypto related VPN. So obviously check out Octa.Space if you're looking for one of those. Is there any shared node for play? I don't even know what that is. Filmsy Fanatics, Playa 3 all bull something. I don't know what that is. So no idea. You know, if there's Rabid thoughts on Nexa, I have a ton of coins. I'd hold on to them, obviously. We're not in a bull market yet, so we don't know how these coins will perform. It's probably going to do good. It's going to do very well. Now, technically, they're claiming they're going to do the same thing that Raptorium was claiming they're going to do beforehand. But the thing with Nexa is their plan is eventually going to lead into FPGAs and most likely ASICs as well. So that's one thing to keep on the back burner, that's probably going to be a coin that's no longer going to be GPU mineable. Well, it will be GPU mineable. It just won't make sense to mine on a GPU. Just like Kaspa right now. You can still mine it on a CPU. You can still mine it on a GPU, but it doesn't make any sense to actually do so because of the ASICs online now. You can't compete with those things. So that's kind of the same fate, if you want to call it a fate. Maybe you want to call it a boost, but Nexa will eventually be following the same road path as Kaspa, I guess. Which miner performs best for a lithium? I'm not sure. I haven't really tested that. If you weren't here yesterday, I will be mining a lithium very soon. But again, it won't be on GPUs. It's going to be on FPGAs. That is another coin, along with Radiant. These coins are not going to be long-term GPU coins. I really think they're going to eventually end up on the ASIC side, which is why I don't count these as bull run GPU coins, and why I still think GPUs are going to have a lot of issues in this bull run, because set coins that are the best coins right now won't even be worth mining on a GPU by the time the bull run hits in theory. We don't know what the timeline is. Maybe, you know, it could be another 3 years before we see ASICs on maybe a lithium or something. But I feel they're probably coming very soon. But we don't know. When lithium in the E300, I don't know directly. I don't have a date, but I do know it is in the final stages. I did get a DM from Osprey over there, and, you know, I asked them about a lithium. They said they're in the final stages right now. It probably would have been released already, but as you guys may or may not be aware, Whitefire did run into an issue where different pools were using different nonces, so we had to tweak it for, I guess, you know, variable nonces depending, so it can run on every pool. So it does sound like that's tweaked. There's kind of some hash rate numbers being thrown around right now. Example, I guess a CN1100 for an example, which is like your VU35Ps, which I guess is the big ASICs, the E300s. Actually, I was in the Whitefire here, and I got, someone sent me this in, oh, what am I looking at here? Let me see if I can find this. Hold on, I'm messing this all up. Okay, close. I want to see if I still have this. FPGAs. Oh, yeah, here it is. So I got this right here, and they sent me this. So this is like a list of, you know, kind of what does it mean for each FPGA. Can I make this bigger? Let's see if it'll work on this. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So I can make this a little bigger for you guys. So this is like the categories of them. So here we see the VU33Ps. That's like your FK33 squirrels. TH53s, I don't really know what FPGAs these ones are, but I do know the FK33s. That's like your squirrels there. The VU35Ps, that's your C1100s, U50Cs, TH55s, E335s, JC35. I don't know what any of these ones are either. All I know, these are the only two I really know about, is the C1100s and then the FK33s. As for all the rest, I have no ideas. Retro Mike, he obviously knows all these. And if you're an FPGA miner, you probably know about all these. But this is kind of, you know, I guess the chip are these. And then these are the FPGAs that use said chip. So the E300, the big boy, that is this guy right here, the VU35P, which is equivalent to the C1100s, which are great FPGAs, very expensive. And it looks like these are supposed to do around 6 to 9 gigahash on a lithium at about 1/3 the power of a 4090. So it's like 2 or 3 4090s at 1/3 the power is what a single C1100 is doing. So pretty darn amazing seeing how you're comparing that and looking like it's way better than a 4090, which is the top dog GPU right now for said coins like a lithium and stuff. And these things literally blow it away in terms of efficiency and like double, triple the hash rate. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works. Snark's domain, C1100 represent. I do say this every time I see Snark pull in here, but I do have this C1100 courtesy of Snarks. He lent it to me to do all this testing. So once these bit streams are emerged, and then I can finally do some nice testing on this thing. So yeah, awesome. But you know, they're so expensive, and I want more. I really do, but they're just so expensive. But you know, we'll see what happens with these coins and things like that. So right here, Regal Crypto says, Riga Crypto says Regal is better for Blake 3. So that's your lithium and stuff. I still find something really funny. Ironfish, like seriously guys, like, you know, I want Ironfish to do well because one, I'm still mining on FPGAs. I'm getting a decent bag there, but I just don't know what's going on with Ironfish. Like seriously, think about do you guys remember when Ironfish first came out, their Blake 3, and they said they had no idea any other coin used that algorithm. They thought they were the first coin to ever use the algo. Well, Lithium and other coins were already using that, and they had no clue. What kind of devs make a coin and don't have a clue about that other coins using the same algorithm you're doing? So that's interesting. The second thing is, now that they want to swap over to Fish Hash, they didn't even do it themselves. They got LOL Miner dev there to create the algorithm and tweak it for them. So at first they come out on an algorithm they had no clue other coins are using, and then they can't even make their own algorithm for a fork to keep on GPUs. I just find that very, very weird. Don't you? Like, seriously, think about that. Hi, yeah, we're a coin dev, we're the future of crypto, but we don't know how to make an algorithm. And sorry, we don't pay attention to the other algorithms. We thought we were the only ones. Like, how does that sound? KLS. No, KLS is doing the same. Well, technically, yeah, but I find it funny that Carlson is probably going to be using fish hash before Ironfish even uses fish hash, which is going to be very funny. I really hope that happens because that's going to be very funny. And I know that's just going to be another hit to Ironfish that they can't even use their own algorithm that was created for them first. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Personally on Carlson, I do have my 4090 on it. I've been mining Carlson since it released on the 4090 part-time while I'm not using my workstation, my PC, my gaming PC and stuff, not live streaming. So then I pointed to that, and we'll just see what happens. The yields have been going up pretty good. It's only at like what, 1 or 2 cents now. Obviously it lost a lot, but the amount of coins I have now, if Carlson even goes to, if it sees a small pump to around 30 to 50 cents, my 4090 technically would be ROI'd in less than a month. Just from part-time mining. Is it going to hit 50 cents? I highly doubt it. We don't know. But I'm at the point where now it's at 50 cents. So as I gain more coins, it'll drop to 35 cents. It'll drop to 30 cents. It'll drop to 25 cents because the yields are up there. It's not using stupid high amounts of power because it's an efficient algorithm. But we'll see what happens once that fork comes through. Now, there's two things that I mentioned this a long time ago here. There's two things that could happen when both of these come into play. Obviously, when a fork comes, people don't really pay attention to their rigs. There's probably still people out there mining Ethereum. Yeah, that's probably a thing. I'm not even lying. I bet you there has to be at least one rig out there that's sitting there saying, cannot connect to pool, cannot connect to pool. There has to be one out there somewhere. There are people that do not check anything. They have no idea what's going on. They just turn on the rigs and leave them. And it's crazy, but it happens. And it's always happening. But so there's a lot of people that don't follow the rigs. They don't follow blockchain. Well, I don't follow blockchains too much. You know, little things like this I do follow if a coin's moving to POS or a fork's coming or something. But the thing with this is once Ironfish forks, if you can get on it early, like fast ASAP, pay attention to the fork date when it's happening, have your stuff set, there is potential to earn a good chunk that day, at least for a couple days, so people figure out, okay, it changed, I'm going to try it now, or should I try it, or whatever, or wait for hashrate.no to, work on its 2-day delay at times to finally tell you that it's the most profitable, then, you probably missed out at that point. So if you're ready for things like this, Carlson being one of them, moving to fish hash, as well as Ironfish moving to fish hash whenever they do, if you can get in there ASAP as soon as it happens, or at least within an hour, you might make some really good profitability because there'll be next to no hash on it. Obviously, if everyone's waiting for this, there's going to be a big spike in hash anyway. But, a lot of people don't pay attention to these things. So I am watching these, and I am going to point to them as soon as it happens, depending, unless I'm sleeping. That would suck. But we'll see what happens, and you have the chance to earn a nice yield day. So keep in mind that. No way, there can't be a dumb still mining yet. Yes, Jason mining, I bet you there is. I swear, there's probably at least one rig out there that's still trying to mine Ethereum. There is, probably. But we never know. Who knows? Maybe there isn't, but it's crazy. Now, technically, I never did try this. I said this around when ETH went POS. There still is a chance for you to mine with a GPU and hit a block on Ethereum. It is possible, but you'd have to set up your own nodes. All the pools went down ASAP. But the proof of work side is technically, I believe, still there. They never just shut it off. What it did was an artificial difficulty to like max difficulty, where it makes 0 sense to mine because the difficulty is so darn high, it makes it next to impossible to even find a block. But there is still a chance that you could find that block. Now, I haven't heard anything. Nobody talks about it, but I do know leading up to when ETH went POS and, a little bit after it, it did sound like that if a proof of work block was found during proof of stake, it could cause an event where ETH could go down. Now, I really wanted to do that. I don't have the power, the money to waste power, but I really wanted to at least try for a couple months to mine Ethereum still and see if I could crash the network. I doubt it would happen. It's probably not going to happen, but, I think it would be pretty funny to actually say, you know what? I just hit an Ethereum block on my GPU. But yeah, who knows? Did I stop mining Zeph? Yes. you know, the quick answer is yes. Did I stop getting Zeph? No. So yesterday, I've been mining Vish. It's been a lot more profitable. It uses a lot less power than Zeph. So I've been mining Vish AI, and I've been selling it every day, 9 a.m. That's usually when I find out all my rewards. I've been mining to the exchange, selling it, and buying Zeph. So current network conditions, you know, I'd probably be mining, if I was mining Zeph right now, I'd be getting around 2 point, you know, I can look at that right now. Let's just see Zeph. I'll bring up my spreadsheet here, and we'll just have a quick peek here into, you know, how many coins would I be getting right now mining Zeph. So current network hash rate is 2.32. Zeph 2.32. So it's up a little bit more. 2.32 right there. And we don't need the price because I just want to look at the yields, but we'll still look at current profitability, I guess. 12 point, what was that? 12.93. 12.93. All right, so current profitability 3900X is sitting at 60 cents. That's actually not too shabby before power. But yeah, so right here you can see this is my total farm. So and I just times it by whatever 3900X variant and hash. So I should be getting about 2.1 coins mining. And so mining Vish, except for today, the hash rate's high on Vish today, so it's not looking too hot. But the past, you know, 4 or 5 days, I was selling it daily and swapping into I was getting about 3 to 4 Zeph a day. So you can say I was almost, some days I was doubling it, but, you know, pretty much doubling the amount of Zeph I was getting and using less power to do so. So that's what I have been doing lately with Vish AI, is mining that and selling. So let's just look what actually the current, let's see what Vish is looking right now. Maybe it went down this morning. I was like, oh no, it went up. It sucks. So I still actually have my coins inside the exchange right now. But so we're at 32.93. I think it came down a bit. 32. Yeah, it was at 39 this morning. So let's go to 32.93. All right. Now let's just take a look at the price. 00286. 002. It's up a little bit, but I was selling at like 0036 and stuff like that, so it's still down a bit. So let's go 286. Is that what it is? 286. So yeah, Vish right now, so we can see Vish is at 74 cents, so it's an extra 14 cents a day over Zeph right now. But again, it is using less power as well, so that's making it look even better for daily mining yield. So 11,000. I'll just have a look here. Where's Zigzag? If I just jump into this right quick, we'll go into Vish AI. See what it's looking like. 285, 11. You know what? Maybe I'll set a quick sell order here. So let's just see. I want to sell about here, and hopefully it goes up. 3-1, 3-1. I'm good with that. I'm gonna good at that. I'm gonna limit order, sell. All right, so that'll be about 32 USD right there, I guess. So I'm just gonna set that order and see if it comes through. There, sell order set. So we'll see what happens later. And then I'll just swap that into Zeph and see what happens. I do that on Zagdrix. Is that how it's said? Yeah, because they have both coins in there. Wish was on more exchanges. What exchange do that? Hellish Miner, thank you. I will look into that. Need to set up these CPUs. The rest of them. Yeah, get them things set up. It's going to be crazy. What are you mining with your Jazz Miner X16? I am currently still on the Octa.Space. So let's look at that. I was going to do a video on this. Actually, I don't even know. Don't really need a video. So I'm on Octa.Space. Rewards are looking like $30.68, about $18.22. And then obviously we still have the ZIL side of things, which is moving the POS. Looks like 206. That's another $4 here. Obviously, not all my miners can mine it, so I only have 8 online here. So, which ones is it? So the X4U and the X4Q, obviously they cannot mine ZIL, so they're straight out full bore on Octa.Space. Now, I want to go into hashrate.no here, and I want to see if it's still looking the same. So if we come into ASICs, let's just compare this right quick. You can see I have about 5.93 gigahash, 6.0. So the X16P is about 5.8. I'm guessing it probably does, after about 24 hours, it's probably around 6 gigahash. So I have about, all these miners right here equal 1 X16. And as we can see, I'm making $18.22 on Octa.Space before power, plus the whatever there in ZIL. Now, if I come into here and I go to the X16P, it is telling me to mine this Larissa coin. Look at that. For a revenue of $16. I've been looking at this every day for the past 4 or 5 days. And this is wrong. We just went through. I have about the same hash rate as X16P, and it's telling me to mine this coin. And we just saw that I am making an extra $2 before power than what hashrate.no is saying on this coin. Now I'm going to scroll down and see what it's telling me for Octa.Space. It's telling me $14. I'm making an extra $4. Revenue past 24 is saying 15, but we can clearly see that I've made $18.22. So hashrate.no is not, it's good to get an idea, but I'm using one of the worst coins that hashrate.no says, and I'm making more than the best coin that hashrate.no is telling us. So I always do my own numbers. That's why I like to run my spreadsheets. And personally, I feel Octa.Space does have great potential. On top of this, I'm also getting Pac-Man, which has been seeing a dump, but it has seen decent prices in the past, which does add possibly an extra $2 or $3 a day to this. Another thing, you could also see I'm on Crazy Pool. I didn't release that video, but K1 Pool, when I did talk about Zilgo and POS, K1 Pool I do think does slightly get a bit more ZIL, but I did find that main coin mining, Octa.Space, ETC and stuff, Crazy Pool did pay out the most of the main coin, and pretty soon that's where it's going to come down to is we're not going to be able to mine ZIL anymore, so we want more main coin yields, and Crazy Pool does seem to give more the main thing. And on top of that, it's also paying almost double the Pac-Man that K1 Pool. I'm using K1 Pool because everyone thinks that's the OG best pool to ever mine on. It's not. I found Crazy Pool has been a lot better than K1. And remember, K1 is a little better on ZIL. I have found times where Crazy was even better on ZIL at times. It probably depends on pool luck. Everything is different now since the last update that they did to the ZIL network, so it's pretty much all over the place at this point. So I don't know what's better anymore, but I do know the main coins, Crazy Pool has been paying very good, and double the Pac-Man. I'm getting 10 Pac-Man every single day. I had all my rigs there. I have all the screenshots and stuff, but I never did the video like 2 or 3 months ago, and it was paying like 5 Pac-Man per day on K1, and I was getting 10 Pac-Man per day in payouts on Crazy. So double the Pac-Man, more main coin yields, and I was just finding things looking a lot better. And then I keep on going to mining pool stats, and I see K1 just rocking the hash rate, but it's not doing that good compared to these coins. Now, I'm not sponsored in any way, but I did want to point that out, that, you know, hashrate.no, they're good on GPUs, but when it comes to CPUs, ASICs, I don't know about FPGAs, but it seems to be pretty out of whack there, and behind by a couple days quite a bit. So yeah, crazy stuff. Is it possible to sell Octa yet? You've been able to sell Octa for a long time. A long time. Let's just see here. I think it's on MEXC now, isn't it? Is Octa.Space on MEXC? Maybe not. Maybe it's not yet. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Octa.Space. Octa is on MEXC. You can get it right there. I do have a link in the description if you want to use MEXC. I personally, not sponsored, but I do have a referral link to MEXC in the description for exchanges. I do use MEXC for pretty much everything. They got Zeph. They got, you know, Octa. They got all the coins that I mine. And it's, you know, I've never really used Binance for anything. I use MEXC for a lot of coins, and it's really easy. I just like the way everything works. I've never had any issues. I have seen on Twitter in the past there, you know, past couple weeks, a month, you know, oh, MEXC is ripping us off. MEXC halted my withdrawals. I have had 0 issues, so I don't know where any of that stuff is coming from. I personally love MEXC as an exchange, and yeah, that's just me. You know, I'm not saying use it or anything, but if you do want to use that exchange, check out that referral link down in the description, guys. What do we got there? Exeg has, yeah, Octa, but, you know, MEXC does have a lot more volume. We saw it was a top exchange there for Octa as well. But yeah, Exeg, because they don't have Vish, obviously, on MEXC, that I do use Exeg when I'm selling my Vish and buying Zeph. Now, the price difference and the volume sucks when trying to get Zeph. Sometimes I have to wait like all day unless I want to lose some money doing a market buy or something, because the gaps are huge between the two in terms of volume. It can be a pain sometimes to actually buy that Zeph on Exeg. What do we got here? P.S. It's pronounced ZegX. There we go. Jason Mine, thank you very much. ZegX on ZegX. ZegX. Did I say that right that time? Hopefully. ZegX. Fundwiser, yes, I'm on Rabid's Discord too. What are you talking about? For what? Rudy, are you in Discord? Rudy, nice. Welcome to the addiction sub called mining. Zil equals zilch. There you go. Zil equals zilch. Now, obviously, I'm still holding on to my coins. I got a decent amount of coins, so I want Zil to pump. It's just that we're not gonna be able to mine it anymore, so that's gonna suck. But we'll see what happens. What do we got here? Nice Sam name Discord. Sometimes market buy pretty good. It is. No, it is. Sometimes I do that. I do just do normal market buys sometimes. But let's go back into that. What is it? ZegX. Let's just go into there. And let's just do a quick peek here. Let's go to Zeph for an example. Zeph's down to 1280 something here. But like you can see here, like there's only 0.1, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2 coins and stuff, right? Like so usually I'm going to buy, if I want to buy 4 coins, you know, I'm gonna eat up all these and go all the way to here. So I'm gonna, you know, it's not that big of a difference. 0.02 is the difference here. So it, you know, a market buy wouldn't be too bad in this case. But you know, if you really want to get a crap ton of coins, it's almost gonna be like $1 difference going all the way up. Let's just shrink this down a little bit here. What do we got here? All the way up to there. So 9, 13.25. Shrink it down a little bit more. So 17, 20, 13.98. We can go quite a bit actually. Let's go all the way to here. 12, 18, 19, 55 coins. So an extra 50 cents if you wanted to buy 55 coins here. All the way up to the top here, where like on MEXC I could probably buy 1,000 coins within like these two right here instead of having to drive all the way up to here just for 55 coins type of thing. You have over 1 million Nexa just hodling. Nice. Awesome. You know, hopefully that hits $1 for you. Wouldn't that be something? I do not like the direction Zil is going. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people like that direction anymore at all. We will dump that. Chia win 2025 bull run and everyone's state go dead. That'll be it. I hope Chia pumps. I don't have much. I only got like 3 or 4 Chia. Like not very much at all. But yeah, hopefully it does something, you know. We'll see. I technically do want to get more of those little miners. Because I am so power limited, I'm almost at the point where I gotta like try and increase my 120 volt plugs there to get a little more out of them. So, you know, that does involve maybe some solo Bitcoin miners, maybe some more Chia miners and stuff like that. Maybe some more ETMC nodes, you know, little low power things that I can run on 120 volt because my 240 volt is, you know, I don't have much power to really play around with anymore. How come you can't add Zil to the Tangem wallet? The Tangem Zil does not work. Yeah, they just got like F version or something, isn't it? I'm not 100% sure what's going on with the Tangem and Zil. That's one thing I really wish it was implemented in there that I can't get in there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, why it can't do that. It just has multi-chain. The multi-chain is not mainnet chain. MEXC you can't use in the USA. So you can use it in the USA, but I do feel it's based on the state that you live. I do know even in Canada here that some people can't use it as well, depending on this, the province they're in. So it is state dependent, but we did talk about earlier, Octa.Space VPN, guys. You can, I don't even know how to set that up or what it costs or anything. You know what? Let's look at that. How does it, I don't even know how it works. But they do have a VPN. So Octa.Space VPN right there. Octa.Space VPN, VPN and data storage. They got a whole bunch of stuff coming up here. White paper. Like I don't know if you guys saw any of this. Like, stop. Go back. Roadmap incoming. Update website. New market. On ramp. Nodes. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. The nodes. So the node system is kind of like what Vast AI is. You know, you're gonna run these nodes on Octa.Space, but you're also these nodes are gonna be able to be rented and used for like proof of useful work stuff. Here we got rendering, see like rendering all this. Here's the VPN for iOS and other things. Tooling, market growth. Yeah, I don't know what's all going on there. But yeah, VPNs and things like that. Maybe the VPN isn't actually active yet, but it's going to be a thing. I don't know. That's why I'm mining Octa.Space. I feel I feel it has potential to do something out of most of these Ethash coins. And you know what? I got Ethash miner, so why not? I'm just sitting on it. Everyone's running around. Like, it's hilarious. I love it. I love it how people just run around, follow hashrate.no, which we just looked at, is giving you not very good numbers, but people are in here smashing out, you know, Larissa here, BitMoney, Pal Blocks, ETC is a good one. I do think this is a good coin to mine. Obviously, I'm probably going to be switching back to it eventually unless Octa.Space really does a huge pump. But I think ETC will see a nice pump again. Hopefully it hits its all-time high, and that'll soak up a lot of hardware as well. But, you know, out of Ethash, I feel ETC and Octa.Space are probably my two best coins. Now, Callisto is an interesting one as well that I'm on the fence about. You guys can't even see it because I have this shut. This is another interesting one that I kind of like. But as for the rest of these, I don't really know. Like eGaz, BitNet Money, this new one, Pal Blocks. I don't really know if they're going to go anywhere or not, but who knows. So those are my main three Ethash coins, I guess. The ones that I would personally mine and just hope for a moonshot, but we don't know. What is Geolock? I have no idea. Geolock? Like, is it like a coin, or do you mean geolock, like geographically locked to a destination like in a GPS? What do we got here? Have you thought about mining Pirate Chain? I think I looked at it before, but now I can't remember what happened there. Son of a Rabid Panda. I love how people chase hash rate because I can mine my coin in peace with more yield. Yeah, for sure. I was down to only like 20 Octa a day. And then all of a sudden, you know, these other coins popped up, hash rate took off, and I'm like up to 30 plus, you know. So like I think the other day I was at like 35 Octa for that 24 hours. I was like, nice, that's awesome. But, you know, everyone's just running around on these other coins. It's crazy. Ironically, we both noticed the discrepancy on Octa compared to hash rate. I don't know. I was just pointing that out in my Discord, getting about 570 a day compared to hash rate. Oh, really? You're saying that too? Yeah, that's interesting. It's weird how it's just so out of whack here. Like, I don't know. Were you here when I just showed what my past 24 hours was? Like, okay, let's go to here. So 30.8, which is $18.28 a day on just Octa with, you know, 5.94, about what an X16P it would be doing at 24 hours. And then we go into here, it's telling us the best coin is worse than what I'm getting on Octa.Space on an X16P. So this is the X16P. It's saying, you know, 17.14, which we just saw. I was getting over 18, and I've been for the past 5-6 days, even longer, over $18 to $19 per day. Where this is telling us it's not nowhere near that. It's way out to lunch. So, yeah, crazy stuff here. That's why I don't use that. I just mine away, and when I see yields go up, I'm like, oh well, hashrate.no must be showing a new coin in the lead because I just gained more yields there. But yeah, it's awesome. You know, just let everyone do their thing. I've been sticking to this. Everyone's jumping around all the time. I've been in Octa.Space for a while. Like, I don't even know, forever pretty much. So I got a nice chunk there. Geolock, like only Spain can watch certain channels, like just use oh yeah, geolocking stuff. Yeah, so yeah, MEXC, that's a state. It's more like a state lock. So yeah, it is geolocked depending on your location. As some people say, you can't use in the USA. It's not USA everywhere. It depends on your state. Some states are allowed to do things. Other states, they can't do certain things or use certain exchanges. Pirates can never be stopped. Yeah, speaking of pirates, let's look at that Pirate Chain. What is it? Pirate Chain R. Yeah, I remember, it's Equihash. Oh, there we go. That's why it's a GPU coin. That's why I don't mine it. Never mind. Cancel that. That's what I ran into. I found out it was a GPU coin. No, I'm just bugging. I don't know. I'm not sure why I did. I didn't run any numbers for it. It looks like hash rate's dropping. Price isn't doing too shabby compared to the hash rate drop anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I never really tried this coin. Oh, it's on MEXC, so huh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hashrate.no has a vague idea at best for everything. Yeah, well, it depends. I don't know how they pull all the data. If it's, you know, once an hour, once every couple hours, once every couple days. But the GPUs do seem decent, like pretty close to what they should be doing. It's just that it's weird that everything else like, you know, the ASICs and the CPUs and stuff, they're not. They're way out to lunch. It's weird. I don't mind Pirate Chain. That should tell you something, Zapirate. Zapirate is not mining Pirate Chain. That means something, guys. Oh, that's hilarious. Coin Cheeky, I know you do a lot of mining, but have considered any deepen stuff like Frycoin. Oh, D-pin stuff. So D-pin, that's what I don't even really understand what D-pin is personally. I know that everyone says, "What's your next? What's your D-pin coin?" And that falls around like the helium miners and crank and stuff like that. But I don't really know what is a D-pin. I'm not sure what that all is, so I haven't looked into any of those. We trust in the pirate more than Pirate Chain itself. I know that hobbyist mines it, but has an ASIC for it. Oh, for the pirate. Oh, is that other Equihash? I was thinking, for some reason, I was thinking Flux when I seen Equihash. There is an Equihash ASIC miner, yes. So that must be that different Equihash. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. We know you as the CPU miner, but what other types of mining do you do? What do? I do ASIC mining. I do FPGA mining. Like you can see right here, personally. Like, let's just go into. Do I have it here? Oh no, I lost it. So I got, this guy right here is rocking. So here we can see Ironfish. You know, I got the C1100 going here as well as the E300. I got about 173 gigahash with 2 workers on Ironfish. So that's all right. I'm doing ASIC mining. You know, we got the Kaspa ASICs. They're rocking right here. Where are they at? So here's the Kaspa ASICs. These are mining away. We KS01, KS1, KS02, KS03, KS21, KS22. These are here. I also got the KS0 Pro on its own thing right here. Doing I'm just trying to mine with it by itself, and then I'll put it together with the rest once it hits like an ROI, so I can see how long it takes to ROI. But I got KS0 Pro on a separate pool here doing stuff. Obviously we got the CPU mining going on, and then I also got Chia mining and the ETMC nodes running is what I got. Yeah, I think that's my entire farm right now. What is the best wallet for Iron? I'm using their GUI wallet right now, I believe. Yeah, I think it's their GUI wallet. Yeah, I'm using their GUI wallet. What about Ice River Free OC made by PB Farmer with 1% dev fee? I haven't tried it yet. I want to, but I'm also scared I'm going to blow mine up. So yes, it's free. It has a 1% dev fee, which is, it isn't very much. It's like a 1% pool fee or whatever. That's not an issue, but you can set your own voltages. You can tweak your miner to however you want. You can run it higher, you can run it lower, you can make it more efficient, which is awesome, but I don't really know the voltage levels to set things at, and I don't want to hit a wrong number and then blow the miner up or fry some chips. So that's why I haven't really tried it. I do want to look into it, though, and check it out, but that's definitely a nice alternative, but I'm just scared. I'm scared to promote it and then get feedback that, oh, someone blew up their miner trying to use it. So I don't want to. I might do it myself on the back end and just not tell nobody because for that very reason. But I just don't want to show somebody how to do something and have them wreck their miner. And I feel that could happen very easily, where you could set your own voltages and stuff within these Ice River ASICs yourself. Rabid, random question. What's the percentage difference typically with 1 stick of RAM versus 2 on Random X? You know what? Let's have a look here and see. I don't know the percentage exactly, but when I was doing testing, I did write everything down here. Let's just see if I can find. Do I have the 7950X here? Oh, that's all over the place. So there's Duro, there's GR. Minotaur X. Oh, I didn't write that one down. Okay. 3900X. Do I have them here? No, that's Duro stuff. Epic. See, here's the Epic ones, but you want the 7900. What do you want? Okay, I guess you didn't ask specifically. So here's the, I guess, Epics. So we can see with the dual epic, 8 sticks in power mode was 96 kilohash, 735 watts, 130.99 hash to watts, 6562 temp. Now 8 sticks in normal mode, not power mode, was 94.73. 4 sticks was 88 kilohash. 2 sticks dropped that down to 54 kilohash, and 1 stick was down to 14 kilohash. But that's on an epic, which has 8 channels. I can't remember exactly how well like the 7950X and stuff did, or the 30. I'd have to look at older videos to look at the 3900X. You know what? I might have my sheet beside me somewhere because I wrote all this stuff down. I never did put it in a spreadsheet. Yeah, the 7950X I do not have random X written down for, so that sucks. 39, nope. Do I have any other things? CPU coins, close to F. Yeah, I don't have any of those ones in a spreadsheet. They're all on paper. Oops. Maybe I could find something here. Let me see. Let's just go into this, and then let's just go random X. What do I got here? No. Bamboo, Darrow takes on Ghost Rider. Oh man, I can't find it. Where is it? Maybe this is it. Alright, let's see if this is it. Pause. Alright, let's see if we can bring this one up. I'll mute this. Alright, so I found this video, 7950X XMR hash rates. Let's see what we can find here. It's 20, that's all that. Am I going through the sticks? I just want to see, did I write anything down on a piece of... Oh, I got it all right here. Let's have a look. Let's see what this is. Move this out of the way. So that's 79 hash to watt. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. Efficiencies. Hash rates. Expo off, Expo on. I don't think I tried this one with 1 stick or not. Power consumption. Nope. Expo off, Expo on, off. Nope. I can't find it. I don't think I tried 1 stick on this unit. Alright, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where that one is. Close that out. I cannot find. I have a 3600 XT with 7 kilohash mining Dynex on a mineable, pulling only 66 watts, making 0.51 Dynex a day. Kind of can't beat that. Had this CPU for 2 years, still goes strong. Nice. Okay, found it. Fox Wallet, Node app or standalone. J-Rod, what are you referring to? Ironfish? Well, Best Ryan. Yeah. So yeah, I'm using the Node wallet. I'm using the Node wallet for Ironfish. That's the one I figure. That's the one I use anyway. I don't know if it's the best one or not. Oh, yeah, you can move YouTube subtitles for sure. Yeah, you can drag them all around everywhere. You didn't know that? Yeah, now you can. I totally derailed the stream. No, you didn't. We're checking out. It's an AMA. There's no derailing when there's questions being asked. We're here to try and answer questions. What's your experience between the 65 watt CPUs and the 100 watt CPUs? Is the hash rate lower on 65 watt? Are you referring to the 39, like the 7900X versus 7900 non-X and stuff? I've never tried any of the non-X variants, so I'm not sure about that one. Using Typhoon and DRAM calculator. Yeah, that's definitely one way to do it. I did do that. That does tweak out, that tweaks your RAM for sure. It does use more power, but it does give you more hash rate. It's all BIOS settings, calculating memory. I have a 3900 and it's really close to the 3900X. Awesome. That's the one with the lower TDP. Now, one thing to remember though, AMD is kind of funny. Now, everyone refers to TDP as the power and everything within the CPU. Now, AMD with their Ryzen CPUs, in theory, it's not there to give you a rating on the power. like Intel and everyone else does, and GPUs and stuff like that. It's more of a heat level when it comes to Ryzen, which is weird, I know, but it's so that you can help match up coolers to the CPU. Instead of just saying, oh, this is a 180 watt TDP, it's more like you need 180 TDP and plus cooler to match it up to cooling, is what Ryzen and AMD does with these CPUs, which is confused quite a bit with the power rating of the CPUs itself. The pirate TDP value is not the same as the watts at the wall. No, for sure. When we come into this, we definitely, when it comes to CPU mining builds and power, you take the power at the wall, not the power from the CPU either, because you do got to account for the, depending on your drive you're using, it's an M2 SATA, SSD or something. You got to account for your cooler fan power. You got to account for the motherboard power, the PSU efficiency, and all of that goes through and comes out at the wall. And that's when, when you look at the CPU mining calculator on my website, that those are based at the wall powers, not just strictly on that. That's why a lot of people come in, oh, I'm only using 80 watts on this or 60 watts on that. I'm like, how are you only using 60 watts? You're lying. Maybe your CPU is saying that in like HW info or something. And that's not what that power company doesn't care what only your CPU is using. They will charge you that 130 watts or something. You might think you're only using 60, but you're using like 130, 135 or something like that. So, that's why it's always best to use at the wall power numbers based on your complete system that you're using. Now, when it comes to GPU mining, yes, you subtract your system power for your GPU, and then you know how much power each GPU is using. And then when you start adding GPUs, obviously you can just add that amount of power. Plus, every time you do add 2 or 3 GPUs, you do have to add an extra 2 watts in between there. So, example, if you had, say, a GPU that was doing 130 watts, back to Ethereum, I haven't really tested GPUs since Ethereum. But, say you're doing 61 mega hash on a 3070 at about 130 watts or something. So you go 130 watts plus 130 watts. Then you go like plus 2, and then you'd add another 130 watts and so and so. And I've done these in the past because my test bench is exactly 20 to 22 watts. I subtract the 20 watts there. I add, say, 6 GPUs based on my single GPU testing, and I'm within 3 watts of my entire system that I should have been at. And that's where, I do count, where you should actually do things. So if you're taking things from a meter that's not calculating PSU efficiencies and stuff, you may stack up 6 to 12 GPUs and think, okay, right on, I'm right at my 80% mark. Then you turn your GPUs on and see, why am I using an extra 200 watts? And then bam, you blow your breaker or something because you didn't realize, you didn't calculate exactly what those GPUs are using, or you're using some type of software number which is not right, and things like that. So yeah, no, that's what I do. Anyway, you don't have to do what I do. I'm just saying, it's always best to figure out exactly what that is using based on. CPU mining is a bit different than GPU mining. There's a little learning curve there, but once you get the hang of it, it's, pretty simple, I guess. Stop paying for power. Bring ASICs to your Section 8. Power is free. Oh, crazy. Next time I do LN2 overclocking, I could try to break hash rate records. Oh, yeah, break some hash rate records. That'd be nice to see that. I'm curious. When I did test that last 3900X, I did break my last hash rate record. You guys remember when I tested Rig 1? I can't remember what I hit now. It was like 15,400 hashes on RandomX with 3900X. That was nice. I was like, sweet. We did it. I think my original, the highest hash rate I got, people on xmrig.com benchmarks or whatever it is, I know some of them have hit stupid high numbers, but I never use that website for, to get hash rates. A lot of people have been using it, but those are like, I don't even know how to explain it. Those are like perfect conditions. Those are hash rates that 99% of us will never hit because they're probably either using liquid cooling or, they're using super expensive motherboards for all the extra VRAM cooling, big bulky coolers. They're just cranking the crap out of everything and tweaking the crap out of RAM and everything, and they're using so much power Like, they're bet you some of those guys hitting some of those like 16, 17 kilohash numbers on a 3900X are over 350, 400 watts. Something you don't want to do. And you could run at 13,500 hashes, you know, around 130 watts. You know, even some of them, if you're using some of the G-Skill Flare RAM, actually uses quite a bit less power, CL14, than most of the other RAM sticks out there. I got really lucky when I found those very cheap. A 3900X rig doing about 12.8 to 13 kilohash was only 109 watts with that RAM. So now you start gaining an extra 1 to 2 kilohash. You're overclocking RAM and CPUs. You're now pushing yourself from 109 watts upwards to over 240 watts just for 2 kilohash. That makes zero sense to do so unless obviously, you know, you got free power or very, very cheap power, but you're also spending more on, you know, NHD 15 coolers, you know, $120 a pop there Canadian instead of like $50 a pop, or a free cooler that the 3900Xs even come with in the first place. And then you can also cut down on the RAM cost by dropping 50% off that as well. So there's different scenarios on how you build it. Everyone's going to have different hash rates based on the brand and the specific RAM they're using, the cooling and so on. But yeah, you know, baseline numbers is pretty good. I got 10,200 on a 3700X. Nice. I'm not sure. I got the little one's PC. It's a 3700X. I think I just got it set at like, I think it's at 3.7, 0.98 or something, you know, stock Ryzen Wraith cooler. I'm not sure what it's at. It's only at like 8 or 9 kilohash, I think, but not sure. Last time I run my 5950X stable at 5.6, it needed 120C and 1.6 volts, close to 400 watts. Yeah, so that's crazy, huh? You know, you see people, oh, I'm running this at that and that, like, and then they're also giving you the power of what Ryzen Master something is saying it is. So they're like saying, oh, I'm only using 75 watts, but I'm at, you know, exactly what you just said, 5.6 and 1.6 volts, and they're saying they're only using like 90 watts or something. It's like, no, you're not. You're using a lot of power, which you just pointed out that you were using almost 400 watts there. Like, no, that is a lot more than 80 watts that you think you're only using. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. Are you playing any games and getting the Octa? I am trying to decide what game I might want to buy and play on. I do play games. I haven't done a video on my gaming channel for a while now. But yeah, I do play games, but I don't play anything on the blockchain. I play like Ark Survival Evolved and stuff like that. So no, I don't play any games that are like pay to earn. I don't do any of that stuff. But who knows? Maybe sometime if they add something good eventually. Goat raid. Look at that. We got a raid incoming here. Welcome everyone coming in from Geek of All Trades. I don't know what that one name is there. It's all crazy scribbly stuff. Kristen Malaki with Truce Fortune. Wow, not bad voltage. What is that voltage? 5.6 with the liquid nitrogen. Don't try on air. It will kill the CPU. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That was a 3900X you ripped up there. Oh my gosh, that is insane. Yeah, liquid nitrogen. That would be sweet to do something like that one of these days. But yeah, in the end, that CPU would be gone. So I need to find like something that I don't care about, something cheap that I can just destroy, and see what we can do. I think 1 volt. Being a long time. Yeah, 1 volt's a standard. That's why, you know, when I look at the CPUs and stuff, guys, you know, you look at your base clock. I don't care what kind of boost clock you can go to with them. You look at your base clock, and that's what you can usually run at 1 volt or less. You know, you get some bad silicon. Sometimes you can't even run the base clock at 1 volt. You need like 1.01 or something, or 1.1 sometimes. Those suck. I actually have one CPU that's like that, and it's horrible. But regardless, it works. But yeah, it's just look at the base clock. And I still can't find any specs. Someone, Retro Mike, said the other day that the Ryzen 9000 series CPUs are supposed to be dropping this April. Now that seems very fast. I've been trying to look it up, but I don't see anything except possibly Q3 of this year. Now, anybody have any links or anything that says that it's coming out this April? I don't know. I can't find it. But I'm gonna be interesting to see you know, what the 9000 series CPUs have in store for us this year. Now I'm wondering if they do what they did with the 5000 series over the 3000 series, it's not really going to be anything major. The talks are they did improve again single thread performance, which is geared more towards the gamers. So this might be, if it's just like the 5000 series, it's going to be better off just keep buying them 7000 series CPUs, and we're going to see them cheaper because gamers are going to be upgrading from 7000 to 9000. So those 7900Xs, 7950Xs are going to be dropping in price as gamers are clueless. The people that even mine on CPUs, you could probably scoop them up for pretty good prices. So we'll see what happens there, but I'll just have to wait and see exactly what the specs look like on the 9000. Yeah, Ryzen 9000 is coming. I heard something about it too. Yeah, but I can't find those specs. I don't know what their base clock is. You know, I don't care about the boost clock, but what they did in the 3 and 5 is they dropped the base clock by 100 megahertz and they increased the boost clock by 100 megahertz between the two generations. So if they just do the same type of thing from the 7 to 9000 series, then as a miner, I would say ignore everything with the 9000 series, buy up the 7000 series because they're probably going to get a bit cheaper there and go from there. But until we actually see these specs, I don't know what it's actually looking like. Now, if they increase the base clock a little bit, that's going to be awesome for miners. So that's one thing to keep an eye out if they actually even have a higher base clock. It's the 8000 series dropping then in April. So yeah, the 8000G is dropping in April, and then the 9000 series will probably be up towards the end of the year. So that makes a lot more sense to me because the 9000 series is coming this year. It's just, when is it? And that's probably going to be towards the end of the year. Q3, I think they said. It's probably the end of Q3, October, you know, around Halloween time. I'm so excited. I'm installing 8,000 watts of solar, 6,000 watts constant. Wow, that's a lot of power for nice. That's awesome though. That is pretty darn sweet. Any batteries? What's your mining farm at? Like, how much power is your mining farm using? Do you have enough to like be able to charge batteries while you're mining, or do you just not going to max it out and you're still doing an offset? Oh, mind some talking about Micro Center, the envy of us Canadians. I wish we had a Micro Center. I wish we had anything in Canada that was half decent. We get ripped off everywhere. Micro Center has some bundles on RAM, CPU, and motherboards on server AMD models. Pretty good price. Micro Center always has good prices. Keaton from Hive OS there. Oh my gosh. He sometimes gets DDR5 CL 6000 megahertz RAM for like $20 used, and all those open box sales and motherboards for 50% off. He's built so many 7000 series rigs for half the price that I can even see anywhere in the best sale in Canada on the best day. So yeah, it sucks. It's expensive to build anything here, but Micro Center in the US, wow, you guys get it. You guys pretty much get everything for free. Let's just put it that way compared to our prices. Oh, man. You live 7 minutes from Micro Center. See, I'm wondering what import fees would be. I'm going to get somebody to pick me up Micro Center deals and then ship it to me because I'll probably save a lot more. Oh, man. I don't have much power anyway, though. Technically, I'm not, like, I've been doing a lot of math lately. Like, I can remove the overclock settings from the Kaspa ASICs. That'll give me an extra 1800 watts. So that means I'll have an extra 2300 watts to boost up some more CPU mining rigs. And after that, I can't do anything at all. I can't turn nothing on. I'll have to shut stuff off to test things. Like, it's getting to the point where I really have no power. Right now with the overclocks on. Now, it does make sense. If I had the rigs to turn on right now, then I would definitely remove the overclocks from the Kaspa ASICs because those rigs would be making over double of what Kaspa overclocking would be making. But right now, because I don't have the rigs, you know, it's still more profitable to run the overclock settings, even with that extra power there, versus that because, you know, I have what I'm at 52, so I have another, so 500 watts. I can go another 500 watts. So I can probably spin up another 2, maybe 3 rigs. You know, if I push it a little bit, I can spin up 4, so two pairs. I do like to build them in pairs. So I could probably do that, and then I'd probably just do one big bulk order, get the last 4, 5, or 6, and then remove those OCs and then get it all there. But at that point, I'm done. I can't do nothing anymore. I cannot get any hardware. That means GPUs wouldn't have, they'd have a 0% chance of getting turned on this bull market unless they do start becoming more profitable, which I highly do not see is going to happen this bull market at all this year. This cycle is going to be bad, but I don't know. I probably won't have a GPU running this entire cycle, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad because I do want to have something running. I guess technically the 4090 in my workstation is considered, I'm still GPU mining. So I guess I'm still GPU mining kind of, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, there's Retro Mike. What are you doing? Where'd you come from? You just popped in out of nowhere. Retro Mike, AMD is looking to debut its Ryzen 9000 series Granite Ridge desktop processors based on the Zen 5 micro-texture sometime around May to June 2024, according to the reliable source and with AMD leaks. Nice. So that they're going to have like a conference thing, like, you know how they have their consumer whatever thing. So they're going to have like their display and they're going to finally announce the specs sometime May or June. That's going to be awesome. So we can get details on these CPUs then. So that'll be awesome. I can't wait to see those, see how they do. These processors will be built in the existing socket AM5 package and be compatible with all existing AMD 600 series chipsets and motherboards. Yeah, for sure. I think the next gen, they're going to call the next gen like next year 10,000 series as well, because I do believe 3 gens is supposed to all fit on AM5. So the motherboards and stuff we're getting now, all the 600s, you know, they're going to be good for the Ryzen 7000 series, 9000 series, and I don't know, they're going to go 10,000 after that. Whatever's after this next year, it should work for those as well. So it's going to be a nice long term. Now, they also said at least. So we could see 4 years of AM5 if they do that, but it's kind of hard because they did guarantee 3 years, but it's going to be interesting to see if they then move into AM6 or not in that 4th year. So, you know, that's still 2 years away, but you know, this year we are excited for that 9000 series. Processor will feature one or more Eldora CPU complex die CCDs. Each CCD contains 8 Zen 5 CPU cores, aka Nirvana cores, each with 1 megabyte of L2 cache. The Z5 CCD will be built on the TSMC and 4 nanometer EUV foundry node, the same node on which the company builds its Hawk Point monolithic silicon. I think, yeah, I think I seen something like that yesterday on, was it video cards? Not all of that, but some of that about the Nirvana cores and stuff. I don't even know what a Nirvana core is. You know, I guess it's a new naming scheme for them. But yeah, when it comes out, you know, when the specs release, I want to know, what is the base clock? What's the L3? Obviously, it's probably going to have done enough L3 for all the cores for Random X and everything like they have been doing. I'm assuming it's going to be 64 megabytes again. But what are the rumors? Are they going to be releasing their new 24 cores Ryzen series? Like, is that going to be a thing? Retro, have you heard about that? Will the 9000 series have the 24 core CPUs on it? That will be interesting because there have been rumors regarding adding more cores instead of the 7950Xs, you know, 3950X, 5950Xs at 16 cores, 32 threads. Are we going to see 24 core, 48 thread CPUs as the next high end type of one? So that'll be interesting. Oh, the core count's the same. It'll be maxed at 1632. Okay, so they're just going up to the 9950X is going to be the top notch one again. So I wonder what happened. Maybe that rumor got knocked out a while back. It makes sense though, because technically the low end thread rippers are in the 24 core range, aren't they? 24 core or something. I think what's a 3970X? That's 24 core or something, I think. I can't remember. My Dynex wallet finally synced and allowed me to send. I still have unconfirmed balance from months ago. Don't know if I can send that yet. Didn't try. If it's still unconfirmed, then technically I don't think you could send it until it's fully confirmed. But it should be confirmed if your wallet's fully in sync and it's over a month. So, yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. We'll wait and see. I want to see benchmark first before jumping on new gen. Yeah, well, you don't really need to see a benchmark. As a gamer, you know, they want their benchmarks. They want to see how it performs, single thread performance, the boost clocks and stuff like that. As a miner, you don't really need to see benchmarks. All you really got to look at is what is their base clock, what and like I said, you can look at their their boost clock too, but you don't need that. So what's the base clock? That's the only number that really matters. Now on top of that, then you look at, obviously it's a Ryzen, so it's most likely gonna have at least the 64 megabytes of L3 cache, so we don't have to worry about that. Now they're going to add a little more L2. Is there going to be a little more L1? Those are the other things to look at where it could look. I think L2 does add a bit extra hash rate per thread or core as well when mining coins in theirs too. So you could see a boost there. But the main thing, all you really got to care about is the base clock. If it has more or less of a base clock versus the 7000 series. You know, I'm guessing it's going to be like the 5000 series was, where it's going to be 100 megahertz less and then 100 megahertz more on the boost clock, which is why, Kate, at that point, let's let gamers have it until the price gets cheaper. Buy up all the used gamers selling their 7000 series for cheaper. Buy those ones up, and then we'll just wait for, you know, sales and stuff to happen on the new ones. I'm guessing, but we'll see. 7000 series prices don't drop. I'll just build out more 5000 series. Oh yeah, for sure. That's definitely an option as well. I do expect 7000 series prices should drop, especially with a 9000 series, you know, going above that. Same thing we've seen that happen between 3 and 5 is, you know, the 3000 series did drop once the 5 eventually came out. And then the main thing though is the used market. If you have a good, healthy, strong, a lot of people around you in the used market, you could probably really see 7000 series CPUs a lot cheaper by buying them off them gamers. L3 is unannounced based on tech power up. It's a wait and see, but should be getting officially announced very soon if they are going to launch in a few months. Yeah, for sure. There definitely should be some information soon if it's launching in a few months. So yeah, we just have to keep our eyes open and see what those will look like. I know I'm excited for them. I'm excited for sure. Definitely got to check one of those out. But again, it comes down to what's that base clock going to look like. Oh, what time is it? Oh, wow, we've been here for a while, guys. 24 core is kind of silly. That's more workstation. Well, so is Epic. Well, you know, yeah, I guess you're right. You're talking about gamers. This is consumer grade processors here. So technically you don't need 24. Games are moving more towards multi-core, multi-thread type of operations, but still they mostly consider the single thread performances, I guess, best for gaming. Who has the best single core? But who knows? We'll see. Anyway, guys, we've been here for quite some time. I do appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream. And who knows? I'm supposed to be getting new internet, so maybe we'll do a random live stream this week on internet tests and see what happens. But for now, I don't know if it's actually going to come in or not. But I appreciate everyone for showing up. Hit that like button. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.